Well, Video Bob and I are just too tuckered out to finish this video, so we're going to skip the pro classes. Not! We saved the best for last. Colorado's best pro riders lined up to compete in the 125, 250, and open classes in 1994. These are the guys we all love to watch and, better yet, learn how to ride from. In the 125cc Pro Motocross Division, the early points lead was a battle between number 64 Chad Wollaston, number 2 Andy Atkins, number 5 Mark Felicia, and number 68 Micah Moyes. Within a few races, Andy Atkins was able to wrestle his way around Wollaston to take over the lead. The several spoilers were number 15 Kip Sandell, number 920 Jared Carlson, and number 997 Sean Morgan. Andy, Chad, Mark, and Jared all held on to their positions, but every time Sean Morgan had a chance, he advanced up the points ladder, finally finishing in 5th overall for the season. Not wasting any time, Andy Atkins jumped into the lead in the 125cc Pro Supercross Division. Jared Carlson, Josh Kellogg, and Chad Wollaston were right on Andy's tailpipe. Rounding out the top 5, Sean Morgan was usually the man to beat when he was healthy and able to race. Early in the season, Sean commanded a second place slot, tied with Andy at 1 point. But consistency was Andy's best asset, helping him clinch the 125cc Supercross title. In the 250cc Pro Motocross Division, Chad Wollaston grabbed the lead with Andy Atkins, Keith Campbell, Micah Moyes, and Kip Sandell rounding out the top 5. As in the 125cc class, Andy jumped into the early points lead. Jared Carlson moved into 4th place and Brian Curtis went to 5th, dropping Campbell and Moyes back, while Sean Morgan ran back in 6th position. As the season progressed, Andy held on to the top spot, putting a gap between himself and the rest of the field. Wayne Balliet edged out Morgan for 6th, with Moyes and Campbell behind Morgan. Several motor wins edged Sean up to finish 4th for the season. Andy clinched the title with a 20-point lead over 2nd place Chad Wollaston. In the Open Pro class, the same players did battle with slightly different results. Andy Atkins bested Sean Morgan, Wayne Balliet, Keith Campbell, and John Merwin respectively. Presenting the top 10 finishers in the 250 and Open Pro Motocross Division. The 250 and Open Pro Supercross division provided some high-flying racing action in 1994. Number 997, Sean Morgan, drew first blood in the 250 and Open classes to lead Supercross points. Kip Sandell, Andy Atkins, Keith Campbell, Jared Carlson, and Brian Curtis were all players early on. But almost like clockwork, Andy Atkins grabbed the lead in the 250 class while Josh Kellogg charged to the top in the Open division. Keith Campbell, Jared Carlson, Chad Wollaston, Josh Kellogg, and Kip Sandell dropped in behind Atkins to finish out the 250 Supercross top 6 riders. In the Open class, Josh Kellogg nipped Andy by only 2 points to clinch the title. Andy in a solid second, followed by Jared Carlson, Keith Campbell, and Sean Morgan. We talked to Andy Atkins about the 1994 season and his near clean sweep of the pro classes.
It feels pretty good. The beginning of this year I had a goal of 6 number ones, and right now I'm got all 5, and Josh Kellogg took the Open in the Supercross. It was a good race, and I'm real happy. I've got some goals that I wanted this year, and I've always been on being consistent, and always felt that being consistent you'll win. Every one of them, any one of them can win at any time. Sean Morgan's, probably one of the guys that wins the most, but he's been riding a lot of nationals and trying to get his name known, which he has, and I'm, as proud of him as I could be, for his competing with him. But around here, they're all good. I just love to race with them all. I plan on racing every Supercross race series and try to get out to, we've been talking to hitting the Arena Cross series. Haven't really planned it out yet, but I'm just going to keep racing, and I don't think I'll race as hard as I did this year every class, because it was tough, a lot of money. I may just race 2 classes and race all Supercross, and maybe pick and choose the outdoor ones I want to race. Kind of limit myself, and I want to definitely plan to at least go 4 to 5 nationals this next year. I would like to thank my 1994 sponsors, starting off with the Vickery team. Every one of the guys down there has helped me through the thick and thin. I go in there, I ask them to help me, and they'll stop whatever they're doing to give me a hand, and I don't know a better shop and some more nicer people. Bowleg give me my goggles and tear-offs, keep me with all that. Axel with my gear, Sinisalo. Sunoco Fuels give me 2 drums of fuel this year. JR Designs, he gave me a couple helmets. He gave me 2 helmets this year. Gave me one at the last year's awards banquet for the Rider of the Year. That's the helmet I'm wearing now, and hopefully I can pick up a few more this next year. I can honestly say the 3 people that get me here, and that, when we get home after a hard night's racing, that get out of the van instead of going inside and going to bed, they help me unload, and that's these 3 people behind me here: Dennis Montoya, my mom Marty, and her boyfriend Bill. I wouldn't be able to do it without these guys. If I didn't have them, I'd be alone, and I don't really honestly think I could do it alone. And I hope next year that they'll be behind me as tough as they were this year.